everyone, myself Bhumi Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Today's our topic is signal flow graph. Examples in the unit number 2, mathematical models of the system. Okay, so the first one is we have to convert the block diagram to the signal flow graph, and using the Mason's gain formula we have to find out the transfer function of the system. And in the next session we will cover how to convert the differential equation to the signal flow graph using the Mason's gain formula. Okay, so in the exam, if they will given the example in the form of block diagram, and they will ask that you have to find this example using the Mason's gain formula. So the first step is you have to convert this block diagram into the signal flow graph. Okay, so the example is like this manner. The block diagram is given. As you know, R is my input signal and C is my output signal. Okay, and there is a number of forward path is given. So first of all, you have to convert this block diagram into the signal flow graph. So always start with the input signal. So input signal is given as R. After that, they will given the summing point. Okay, so in the block diagram, summing point is there, takeoff point is there. So in the signal flow graph, whenever the summing point and takeoff point is given in the block diagram, you have to convert it into the node. So after R1 takeoff point is there, so you can put here node. After that the summing point is given, so again you have to put here node. After that G1 gain is given. Okay, so the gain is indicated as a arrow, so you have to write the G1 like this manner. After G1 again the summing point is given, so you can draw here a node. After this G2 is given, so you can put here the forward path like this G2. After G2 takeoff point is given, so you can put here node. After G2 the G3 is given, so this is my G3 point. After G3 a takeoff point is given, the first node, the summing point is given, the second node, and the last one is the output. Okay, so this is the first line. Now in the feedback loop, if here you can see that this is my H1, this is my H2, and this is my G4. Okay, so starting with the H1 will be start from between G2 and G3. So we have to start from H2 between G3 and G3 and end with before G1. So here, okay, and the direction of H1 is reverse. Okay, so you can draw again the H1 is also connected in two paths. So we can put here. Okay, so this is my H1, and the sign of the H1 will be depend of the sign of the summing point. Here plus sign is given, so we can put here plus. Now for the G4 will be starting after the input signal and ending with the before the output node. Okay, so this is my G4, and the direction of the G4 is given starting from the R and ending with the C. Okay, and for H2, so H2 will be start from after G3 like this manner and end with between G1 and G2. So we can draw like this. Okay, and the direction is reverse. So we have to write like this. H2 here. Okay, now you have to decide how many forward path is there and how many feedback path is there. So in this signal flow graph, the first forward path is G1, G2 and G3. Now here you can see that the second forward path is only G4, and H1 and H2 is my feedback path. So now you have to apply the Mason's gain formula. have to find out number of forward path. Okay, so P1 that is equal to, using this, the first one is G1, G2 and G3, and the second forward path is G4. Okay, now in the step number 2, find out number of individual loops. Okay, so L1 that is equal to, the first loop is here G2 into H1. Okay, so G2 into H1. The loop number 2 is, here you can see that. The second loop is G1, G2 and H1. Okay, now the third loop is G2, G3 and H2. G2, G3 and H2. The fourth loop is there or not? So there is a no fourth loop is available. So we have 3 individual loops. Now in the step number 3, find out 2 non-touching loops. Okay, so check the loop number 1, 2 and 3. So for the loop number 1 and 2, the node is common. For loop number 2 and 3, again node is common. And for 1 and 3, again node is common. So there is a no 2 non-touching loop is available. So answer is 0. Now the step number 4, find out 3 non-touching loops. Okay, so if there is a 2 non-touching loop is not available, so the answer of the 3 non-touching loop is 0. So now find out the value of delta. So delta is 1 minus summation of all the individual loop plus summation of 2 non-touching loop minus summation of 3 non-touching loop. So answer of the delta is 1 minus G2H1 plus G1 G2H1 plus G2 G3H2. Okay, the answer of the L12 is 0 and L13 is also 0. So the final answer of the delta is 1 minus G2H1 minus G1 G2H1 minus G2 G3H2. Okay, now the next step is step number 6. Find out the value of delta I. So here 2 forward path is given, so we can get 2 delta. So first is delta 1. Delta 1 is 1 minus all the loops that do not touch the first forward path. Okay, so the answer of the delta 1 that is equal to 1 minus, you can check in the first forward path G1, G2 and G3. The loop number 1, 2 and 3, all the loop are touching. So 1 minus 0 that is equal to 1. Okay, now what is the equation of delta 2? So delta 2 that is equal to 1 minus all the loops that do not touch the second forward path. Okay, so delta 2 that is equal to 1 minus, check, the second forward path is G4. Okay, so which loop that do not touch the second forward path? So here you can see that the second forward path will be starting from here and ending with here. Okay, so loop number 1, that do not touch the second forward path. Loop number 2 also do not touch the second forward path, and loop number 3 also do not touch the second forward path. So all the loops L1, L2 and L3 that do not touch the second forward path. Okay, and the final step, step number 7, using the Mason's-Gain formula, transfer function C of s upon R of s, summation of I is equal to 1 to n pi delta I upon delta. Okay, so here two forward path is given. So P1 delta 1, P2 delta 2 upon delta. Put the value of forward path delta 1 delta 2 and delta in this equation, and we can find out the final answer of this particular equation. Okay, so in the exam, if the block diagram is given and they will ask to find out the transfer function using the signal flow graph, so first of all you have to convert this block diagram to the signal flow graph, and then you have to apply the Mason's-Gain formula. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt regarding this topic, you have to contact me in my email ID.